Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I'm Chris, and this is Pia's Projects. Today we're gonna do a little maintenance on the Joker. I have a valve cover gasket. We're gonna swap that out. It's probably been leaking since I got it. Only at idle can you even really tell, because the RPMs will fluctuate so that it indicates that there's some sort of vacuum leak. Basically, we're gonna take off the valve cover, clean everything up, and then put in a new gasket. Shouldn't take too long. After that, we'll see how we are with time. We'll work on something else. All right, this is a luxurious 1.8 inline 4 made in Germany. This was not offered in any of our Mark IIIs here. This is a European engine. Most of us here either got the ABA or the VR6. As far as reliability, this has been very reliable. I put over 8,000 miles on it last year, up and down the East Coast. I will probably do close to the same this year, maybe a little more. We will see if it's all on this engine, or if it's on one of the ones over there. But you'll have to, subscribe, like, follow, stick around for a bit, see what else happens. All right. I haven't done this valve cover before, so we're gonna figure it all out together. One thing I like to do when I have hardware, set it on a rag, ideally in the order that it came off in. The other thing is, if you have bolts, poke it through a cardboard. Just mark it. Just draw the pattern and mark it that way. So since these are just nuts, we'll leave it like this. But it gives you a good idea of of where things are. We need to take the breather hose off, and let's see if that block, how easy it is to get that block off in the back. All right, should be able to pop everything off now. Not sure if you can hear, but it is a lovely day. I am thankful to have this garage. It'll even be more thankful when the other one's up and running too. This Joker is definitely dirty. Probably gonna clean it. Not probably. Definitely gonna clean it up. And then might address some of this rust issue right here. Clean it up. Put a nice little coat of paint on it. We'll go from there. For those curious, this is a single cam motor. I mean, it is very, very clean in there. So yeah, we will clean all this up. Clean the back of the block up too. All right, next we're gonna peel off this old valve gasket. It's probably been on there since, well, it's probably original to the vehicle. That would make it 26 years old, 26 and a half years old. So it's definitely very, very brittle. Yeah, this thing, whew, definitely brittle. I mean, look, that's just That's rough right there. So, one thing I like using, use a putty knife, go through, get all these little corners, scrape that clean. I'm gonna use some brake clean as well, but just go through all these little pieces that have stuck to the valve cover. You just wanna go through. Yeah. Some of it you gotta be a little forceful with, but you'll be all right. Also, this is we're gonna open up the garage door and we'll spread this joker out, clean this up a bit. Take the brake cleaner. Oh yeah. That's definitely helping. So it's definitely much cleaner. We'll wipe it down and see what we do about the little bit of rust spots on here. Well, just like we did the headlights around, cleaned it, wiped it all down. Now we're gonna come in here and scuff the whole thing. I have some high temp metal paint. Nice and dull. I'm gonna tape off here. I'm gonna tape this off, but everything else, I'm gonna tape off the hole here. I'm gonna tape this off, give it a nice little primer, and then probably paint it black. I think that's the color I have. And then we'll go from there. While I have the valve cover drying, I am going to clean up some back here. Sometimes things just don't go to plan. As I was cleaning the engine block and everything, I bumped the throttle body, and then all of a sudden I heard it pop. Why is it popping? This part of the throttle body should be connected here. I'm going to clean it all up. First thing I'm gonna do is clean my hands up and see if I can find this part. Otherwise, things will be very, very interesting. As I said earlier, this is not an American motor. It's a German motor. So I can't just go to the junkyard and pull this. Now, does that mean that this throttle body isn't the same as what's on the ABA? I don't know yet. I really don't know much about this motor. I've cleaned it up, but as you can see, this was connected on here, and this was connected right there, and I went bump, bump, and went pop, and I was like, oh, that's not good. That's not good. And then, yeah, you're right. It's not good at all. So, as my brother always says, this is why we can't have nice things. Sort of puts us on a little hold, but I can finish the valve cover, put the valve cover gasket on, clean that up, and then once I get the gasket for the throttle body, bolt that back on. Should be good to go. Now that I sort of know how it all's supposed to go, I'll get it back on there. We'll get it working. Just a minor roadblock, right? Hopefully a minor roadblock. Well, now that we have a little hold up and we're waiting on the valve cover to dry, might as well knock out the turn signals and reflectors, clean them up a bit, and make things a little more presentable, right? We'll do the same thing on the other side, get it ready to clean up. So how I do this, take the light and spray bottle, if it's open. Wet it, and then I start with 1500 grit sandpaper. Make sure it stays wet. Go over it back and forth, up and down, left, right, you know, just roll it around a little bit. Take care of that. All right. From the 1500, we'll do the 2000. We will do the 2000. Then we will do the 2500. Finish it off with 3000, and it should be pretty much clear. From there, I'll probably do a little polish on it, clean it up, you know, provided I have some clear coat. I'm gonna do clear coat as well. Now, this really only works on the plastic lighting. You could do it on headlights. You could do it on turn signals like I'm doing now, or basically any plastic housing. You can already tell a difference. I've done this on a few cars now, and it definitely lasts. Well worth it. Yeah, low elbow grease, but you're just getting rid of that grime. All right, and then finally, hit it with the 3000, and yeah. Next I have this little polishing pad, and sort of hold it there. All right, here's the new lights. I don't know how well you can tell. And this is what it looked like before. That's some pretty big difference right there. 1500, sometimes you might need to start with 1000, but 1500, 2000, 2500, 3000 grits. Go over it, and I mean, that's a brand new light. Basically, do the little buffing pad, and then I'm gonna polish it. Actually, no, I'm gonna put some clear on it, but I'll wait until I have all of them done, and then I'll do the clear. But yeah, this is how I'm gonna do all of them real quick. Knock it out, should be good to go. clear coats on the lenses. I'm gonna let that all dry for a minute, and then we'll check back, see what else we need to do. We will need to buff those lenses because they'll be a little hazy once the clear dries, but that's an easy fix. All right, so we have the lights have been dried. The clear is on there. It's a little rough. Okay, I'll show you. It's a little rough, but what we're gonna do, just do some light wet sanding, sort of like when you polish paint, get the orange peel out, and then we're going to wax it. After we wax it, should be good to go. For what these lights are, and I mean turn signal and just dummy reflectors, I'm not looking for perfection. I just want it to look much better than what it has looked. That's the results we're gonna get. I'm gonna start with the 1500. We'll do a wet sand. And I mean, realistically, you probably could just do the 1500, maybe the 2500 and call it good. Maybe, but I'm gonna do 1500, 2000, 3000. And then from there, I will dry it all off. So as I spray the water on there, it's already beating off. So, which is what you want. And then from there, I'll just continue to, there are a few imperfections that were on there. I mean, these lights probably, I had them, I think on my first Mark III, which was a 96, and those were original. So it's very possible. I mean, these are 27, 28-year-old lights. Yeah, that's much better. Much better. Okay. We will wipe it clean, or dry, I should say. And let's get a little bit of, so I'm just using Mother's Brazilian wax. We will dab some wax in here and small circles all the way around. Probably just a little bit more. I mean, it's just like waxing your paint, which is why I do the clear coat, because it gives you that extra layer of protection. So you've already cleared all that dirt and grime off. And then we will do some quick buffing. And they're not perfect, but they're definitely more clear than they were before. Well, I wonder why these were cracked. Probably because they were dropped at one time, right? I will say there is improvement. Probably need to go through them one more time, but sort of wish I had left the other side just so I could see the true comparison. They're definitely better. We'll, that's a truer amber light now. Better reflection. Yeah, I think that's drastic improvement. Well, with the freshly painted valve cover, we're gonna go ahead and install it. I checked, the gasket does fit. Thank God. And yeah. The biggest thing you want to do, you want to make sure that everything is clean where the gasket's going. Don't forget to use the guides that came with, that were over the, basically built-in washers. But instead of having individual ones, you just have one on each side that connects the 4 holes together. And what I always do, I like to start all of it by hand, maybe even hand tighten it. Well, valve cover's on. Definitely looks better now, right? Normally, what I would do is start up the car and make sure everything's running well, whatnot. But since we tore the throttle body gasket or carburetor gasket, because based on everything I've seen, they're calling this a carburetor, but it's definitely not typical carburetor. I think it's more like throttle body injection. Just something to keep in mind. A little weirder. Probably some old 80s tech, because Europe wasn't required to change to OBD2 on everything like we were in the States. But either way, valve cover's on. I was able to locate the part. What I did to locate the part, I did a search through a European website, autodoc.uk, found the part number, then used that part number, cross-reference it in Rock Auto, where I buy majority of my parts, and was able to find it, ordered it, should be here Tuesday. If that's the case, that should be on the next video, because I'm gonna try to wrap this one up. All in all, still productive day, even though with a few minor mishaps. Valve cover gasket replaced, check. Turns and dummy lights cleaned, reinstalled, check. So continue to work on your projects. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, consider subscribing, and don't forget, there's always a solution.